Before I start this video, I wanted to let you guys know that I wanted to make this video a long time ago, but I had a crappy computer and I could barely run Roblox at all. And Decaying Winter isn't really crazy about its optimization. It's a good game, but, you know. I mean, I don't blame them. Roblox can't really run more than 3 particles before your game just starts breaking down. But that's besides the point. On to the game. Decaying Winter is a wave-based game taking place on Eden 227, which is a planet with a dead star. Which also explains why there's snow all the time. It's like a all-around Christmas, I guess. I'd talk about the crazy lore of the game, but I don't even fully understand it. Decaying Winter has you, the player, collecting materials and weapons before the storm closes in. You need to survive 10 waves for the final boss, which is an agent named Yosef. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. From my understanding, the base premise of the story is just you were sent by the agency to terminate him for betraying it, so yeah. There is another ending, which I think it's considered the truth ending, where you escape on wave 11, but I'm obviously not skilled enough to do it. In the last few waves of the game, you get into something called a scav war, where the amount of enemies just double. A lot of people tend to lose around this wave, but sometimes you might get lucky and end up fighting a guy with a bucket for a head. It doesn't mean he isn't strong though. If you want to get a good head start on the upcoming waves, a thing that players like to do is try to go and kill the queen. But the thing is that the queen is an absolute unit to go against. Trust me, I'd know. But the queen drops a hefty amount of ammo and rations and just about everything. It's a pretty high risk for a high reward kind of thing. But weapons do play a crucial role in Decaying Winter, since most people can't even survive with tier 1 weapons. Oh, I forgot to mention. The melees of the game have tiers, going all the way up to 1 through 4, and the guns just skip the tiers all entirely. You can just assume how powerful it is depending on what caliber the gun uses. Sometimes you can just have the worst luck ever and not ever find anything good, but that's why blueprints exist. I feel like another thing to mention is that you will die. A lot. So obviously, you're going to want to grab a ton of medical supplies while you're on and about. Medkits and IFAKs give you base healing. Aspect bandages and tourniquets stop bleeding. You got splints to fix broken limbs, crude bandages, and even stims to give you buffs to help you fend off enemies. For some unknown reason, there's this virus that seems to infect you. I don't know. I stopped asking questions as soon as I saw a guy turn into a monster in front of me. But to keep it from debuffing you or straight up killing you, you're going to want to take pills which act as suppressants. Decaying Winter really encourages you to go and work as a team, and the way it does that is by threatening you with debuffs. And the debuff is called Moral. You only get Moral if one of the agents on your team does go down, and everyone on the same team does get the same effect. But with the new update, it does go away after a while. Back then, it was completely permanent and would stick with you until you died. The game does incentivize you to go out and kill scavs since they are the only thing that drop rations. You won't die if you go hungry or thirsty, but you will gain debuffs. I mean, you'd think a game like this would actually kill you for not keeping your hunger up. Whatever. The perks of the game make Decaying Winter really replayable, since you have a lot of them at your disposal. All perks have upsides and downsides, except for the Survivalist perk, which only has upsides. Great for beginners. Some perks are good for defense, and some are good for getting you out of sticky situations. But the perk ends up benefiting you one way or another, regardless. Equipment can do the same. The equipment can provide extra gear to help you survive out there. I personally like the throwing knife since you can one-shot enemies from a distance if gone unnoticed. Traits are offered by the player to give them a hand, upping their stats. For instance, light weapons will do 75% more damage, or you have more HP, or you have better accuracy with your weapon, stuff like that. The customization of the game is pretty amazing because you can change the color of any piece of clothing bought from the normal shop using Odin's, the in-game currency. And yes, I said normal shop because there's 2 other shops that only accept bonds as payment. What are bonds exactly? Bonds are earned by leveling up to level 100 and gaining tiers. And gaining a tier resets your rank to level 0 and you start off again with the Survivalist perk. But now that you have 100 bonds, you can buy stuff in the other shops. These shops offer the cooler stuff in my opinion. Decaying Winter has challenges you can do, and the rewards mostly consist of pieces of clothing or really cool titles. Good for showing off, I suppose. Oh yeah, I better mention this before I forget. The Last Stranded game mode is only accessible in private servers by typing a command before the round starts. It's similar to the normal game, with every 10 waves being a boss. You have to defend this person, for some reason. In this version, crafting has become the most important thing. I say that as crafting isn't already important. You need crafting materials to call help from other agents, to help you build remedies to assist you, or to even make a at-home scrapper. Better for convenience. And the thing about the Last Stranded game mode is that it's endless, so it's pretty good for grinding. After a while, melee has just become obsolete, unless you're Jericho. But to be fair, he usually dies first. The storm arrives faster than usual, but the loot that's found on the ground is so much better, and loot chests are more common. It seems like the base that you originally started in has been taken over by a bunch of scavs. But I usually just take a sniper rifle and just start picking them off. Extra crafting materials, you know? I should really stop saying you know. I say you know like a lot. You know. Alright, that's enough for this video. If you have any form of criticism or you want to tell me something, maybe I missed something, do let me know in the comment section below. But if you do enjoy what I'm putting out there, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.